go over what exactly an infrared photograph is. Our cameras are actually capable of taking photographs, near infrared photographs. Our eyes aren't capable of seeing near infrared light, but if we remove that infrared blocking filter that is in front of our camera sensor, we can capture light in the near infrared range. They're really cool and artistic. Well, an infrared picture will darken the blue skies totally, sometimes almost making them completely black. It leaves the individual clouds very bright, darkening the blue sky and leaving the white clouds, trees, leaves, grass, things like that. That's all going to be bright as well. And when you're taking pictures of people, it has the potential to make their skin very silky smooth. It's kind of ghostly, reduces acne. Can I take an infrared photograph with my camera? Yes. But you can send in your camera, and what they will do is take the infrared blocking filter that's in front of your camera sensor. They'll take that out and then put your camera back together. It's obviously the most superior method. It produces the best results. I don't know, 100 to 400 bucks. Can't really use your camera for color photography anymore. This is what most people will do because they'll just buy a filter that you can put on front of your lens. Maybe I should say not all cameras can do this well, because the infrared blocking filter that's in front of your camera sensor varies from camera to camera of how much infrared light is blocked. Very difficult for portrait photography. You cannot see through that filter. Remember, it's blocking all visible light, but it's only letting in infrared light in. So when you screw that sucker on your camera, you can't see what you're doing. So you have to focus first, compose your photograph first, and then take a picture and guess and check and see if you got it right. So how can I find out how much infrared light it is blocking so I know whether I can do method 2 or not? Put your camera on a tripod, switch to manual mode, and then set the aperture to f10, shutter speed to 1 second, and ISO 200. Then grab a TV remote controller, take a picture, press a button on the remote controller. Now if it's very bright, that means your camera can take an infrared filter and it's going to work, and it's going to work great. But it comes out kind of dim. That just means that your camera can still do it, but the shutter speed times are going to be much longer. So remember to try different lenses. Also try different cameras if you have different remote controllers. It is using the live view feature on your camera and you don't see that light at all, that means you should not waste your time buying an infrared filter. The most popular one to get is called the Hoya R72. Go to manual mode right away. Use about maybe F11. Always use the lowest ISO possible. I usually have my camera on a tripod as well. So you're going to want to focus your scene using just the visible light. And then you're going to want to screw on the infrared filter afterwards, after you have it in focus. You want to switch to manual focus and then just shift it to the red R, and then it would be readjusted for infrared light. However, a lot of lenses nowadays do not have the red R or any type of infrared focusing guide marker, so to say. So what you're going to have to do is just nudge the focus just a little bit away from the infinity point. And this is an experimental process. You're going to have to guess and check and preview the picture on the back of the LCD screen to see if it's all in focus and sharp. You might notice that the picture is completely red. You're going to need to reset the white balance. Is take a custom white balance picture with the filter on the camera, point it at a patch of grass, then use that as your custom white balance picture. You're going to have to read your instruction manual for your camera, and it's not working. What we're going to have to do is take our pictures in RAW mode and then reset the white balance on the computer when I have my infrared filter on. So I'm just going to drag this into Photoshop that the picture is totally red. So we're going to click Save Image down here in the bottom. The format is on digital negative. Open this file up with the DNG profile editor. You can download this from the internet by typing in DNG profile editor. Well, let's go to File, Open DNG Image. Click the Color Matrices tab right here. And we're going to slide the temperature all the way down. File, Export Nikon D50 Profile. a different name, it'll probably say the name of your camera there. Now, it will automatically save the file in the correct place. When I open the raw file again inside of Photoshop, then click on the Camera Calibration tab down to the file that you saved. Mine was Nikon D50R, and bam. Now what you can do is slide the temperature much more so it cools it down. Is to go up here and grab the white balance tool. Click that, and then you click on a spot on the grass, and that's usually what people do, and that's what I do all the time. And now I'm going to click open image. There is the infrared photograph with the correct white balance. Most people, what they do is they take that reddish looking image and then they get confused and they just make it black and white. You can get cool results from that, but this is even, I think the color infrared images are even better. Just go to image, auto contrast, the colors. I'm going to make the sky blue and the foliage white. Image, adjustments, channel mixer is make red 0 and blue 100. Is go to my blue channel and make red 100% for the blue channel and blue 0%. So there you go. This is a very popular look that a lot of people use in infrared photography. Here's the before and the after. And of course you can mess around with them and make them different colors if you want to. Now what I'm going to do is make the vegetation white. You can see that it does have a red sort of hue on it. So what I'm going to do is go to my reds and just desaturate them completely.